Hey guys. Ow! So, I'm sorry for whatever my hair is doing. I took a shower and didn't blow dry it. So I look like Mandy Moore in the 2000s. Anyway, so today I'm going to do a little story time, I guess you could call it. In this story time, it's kind of like I'm telling you because I did that intro to my channel and to me, and I left this out. And that doesn't feel right because this is such a big part of my life. So, yeah. Also, a warning, if you don't enjoy seeing people upset or are 11 and make vagina jokes about stuff like that, like, don't watch it. If you, I don't know, if you're just not mature enough to watch something like this about a woman's vagina, then don't watch it, please. Also, if you are my mother or Colby, don't watch it. Because you lived it. You lived it with me. And, yeah. So, without further ado, I will get into the story. So, I was 16 and I had never had a period before. So, my family doctor sent me to an OBGYN. Is that right? Or just a gynecologist? I don't know. Whatever. So they sent me there and they're like, oh, you've not had a period because your hymen's just too thick. Because it just can't get through it. So I go and I have what they call a hymenectomy, which means they pretty much cut your hymen so it can be easier, like, so the blood flow can get through it, because that's apparently very common. So it didn't work. There was no canal. So they send me to UAB, which is in Birmingham. And I go from Boaz to Birmingham. As you can see, I went off screen because that's how far it is. That's how far it feels like. So we go to Birmingham and they're like, excuse me. They say, we're going to do all these tests and then we're going to do a laparoscopic thing where we take a little microscope and cut into your belly and look, and we're going to assemble a team of like this doctor and this doctor who works with kidneys and GI and pediatric stuff and all that good stuff. Well, they get that team and they get stuff ready to go. Takes forever and a year, but nonetheless, they get it ready to go. So they go in, and the guy who's there for like GI and pediatric kidney and blah blah blah, he's like, oh, her kidneys are fine, blah 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 blah. I was like, yeah, I could have told you that. I had a UTI that day of my appointment. My kidneys are fine other than that. So while they're in there, just they make a discovery. I have ovaries, but no uterus. Like, no whole uterus. It's like, meh, meh. You know what a round chicken nugget looks like? That's what it looked like on the pictures. So they're like, this one over here is circulating blood, but this one over here is useless. It's like this big, you can't use it. So I was like, so that means, and they're like, you can't carry, you can't use those to carry children. And I was like, really? You don't say? You can't carry a baby that's this big and something that's this big. So they're like, we're going to give you a hysterectomy and take out the one that's circulating blood because that's probably what is making you hurt. And I started hurting way before they even sent me to Birmingham. Pain so bad, I don't go to school. So they're like, oh yeah, you should be good to go, blah, 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 blah. I have the hysterectomy, and it doesn't work. So they're like, I don't know what to do, but I can tell you one thing. You ain't got a vaginal canal. So I have something called vaginismus, and that is very rare. So my mom and I start looking stuff up, and the doctors give us pamphlets and stuff like that on it. We figure out like what it means to have it and what I'll have to do and stuff like that. But see, my doctor tells me there's another woman who comes from Lord knows who to Birmingham to see her, who also has it. So I was like, I'm going to get on social media and I'm going to find people who have it, if there are any. So my first thought is go on Tumblr, because Tumblr has literally everything, whether you want it or not. So I find people who are going through this like I am. I tried to be their friend. I tried to, I don't know, see where they were coming from. That was the most bitter set of women I have ever met in my life. Now me, I kind of deserve to be bitter. But I'm not. Because this is nobody's fault. Like, it's just a thing that happened. So these women were on there blaming God and stuff like that, and I don't get down with that. Like, that's one thing no. And then they start bashing other women who have it because they're in a stable relationship. You can't get married because you have this. You can't have a stable relationship because you have this. You can't do this and that because you have this. You have to sit there and be angry all the time. Me personally, I'm getting married in a year. Or, that time frame. I have a great relationship with my family. Well, my mom. She's my family. So she counts. But sitting there and being angry all the time does not make anything better. That's why I'm doing YouTube. Because if I just sit right there and do nothing but homework and think about how angry I am because I have to deal with this, all the stuff I've had to deal with, it would eat me alive. It's pointless to just, I don't know. I tried to be their friend, and I didn't agree with the things they said. I didn't agree with anything like that. And that's the way pretty much everyone who has this is. Everyone that I've seen on social media is like that. And I mean, I checked Instagram. I checked Facebook. That's all I got. Besides Tumblr. But I mean, I found a lot of people. And that in general made me feel less alone. Because when you're told you have this and you have never heard of it in your lifetime, and the people that you love don't know what it is, and some doctors don't even know what it is, you feel like here is your island and here is you. And you're just alone with all this stuff to think about. And it's just, it's tiring. That's why I'm doing this. Because I did the channel intro and I told you things about me, but I didn't tell you this. And this has been a part of my life for almost 2 years now. And even though my only subscribers are my mom and my fiance, I feel like I'm lying to someone who may find my channel and be like, oh, she's cool, let's watch her. She has nothing wrong with her. I know that's stupid, but whatever. I was like, I have to do it. I can't, because it's such a rare thing, I have to. Because I want some girl who dreams of just happily ever after and all this good stuff that has this the way that I do. I want them to know that you don't have to be angry all the time because you have to go through pain to get to what people call happiness. I see those women putting stuff out there about how bitter they are and just all this stuff. And I can't, that's just not good. It's not good at all. So, if some girl does find this because they don't know what the heck is happening, they don't know what it is, what is going on, the doctor talks in such doctor talk that it doesn't compute. Because that's what happened to me. I would ask questions, and even though she would answer me, it's like, yes, but what does that mean? And, I mean, I'm smart. my dad had so many things wrong with him. I could tell you, I can speak in doctor talk, but vaginal doctor talk, that's a whole nother story. I'm getting better though. I hated that feeling of feeling so alone. Like my mom had never dealt with it, so she didn't know how to make me feel better. My boyfriend obviously never dealt with it, so he didn't know how to make me feel better. No, like nobody could say I know how you feel because they don't. I just I need that one girl who's like me to know that yeah, it's okay to be mad. It's okay to be angry, but don't let it consume you. There are trillions of other things that you can do in this world that can make you feel better. Like, pick up a coloring book. Do something. Just don't listen to the bitter ass people of this world who represent us poorly. I guess that's it. I've been talking for 17 minutes. I need to shut up. I hope I got some kind of message through to someone who is suffering with this crap. I love you. I love you and 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 you. Bye.